Hey, it's Rick with Realty Austin. The September 2020 market data is in, and I wanted to share a couple things with you. I want to share with you the zip codes that have the highest year-over-year price increase and those zip codes that have the lowest year-over-year decrease, because there are some zip codes in the Austin area that are not faring as well as others, so I thought you would be interested to know what those are. One of the things to keep in mind about real estate is very hyper-local, like I was just talking about. Some areas will increase very, very well. Other areas are going to take a little bit of a hit, so we're going to dive a little deep into that. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the city of Austin stats real quick. You can see the median price is up 8% for September over last year at $415,500, which is a pretty big jump. Good thing we are seeing down there on the bottom left, new listings are up 16%. So that's helping a little bit, getting a few new listings coming on the market. Alrighty, the next slide we're going to take a look at the zip code that had the highest year-over-year average price increase. And that zip code is Spicewood, Texas, just outside of Lakeway. So take a look at that. You'll see back in September of 2019, it was about $470,000 was the average price. You can see it is just under $800,000, so that has grown by 48.28%. Really, really huge. Other areas we see huge increases in are Horseshoe Bay. So there you see Horseshoe Bay, which is just kind of outside of Marble Falls. That was up 44.01%. So some of those things we're looking at, I think some of the trend may be a little bit COVID driven. We may be seeing people kind of migrating out a little bit further out, getting a little more elbow room. I want to get out in the country a little bit, but still be kind of close to the city. So we're definitely seeing some of those numbers there. So some interesting numbers. The next zip code, which is interesting, is just kind of by Emma Long Park, which is off 2222 and 360. They went up 28.88% year over year. So you can see some nice increases going on there. September softened a little bit compared to July and August, but it's kind of a luxury market out there, or an entry-level luxury market. Homes are in the 800s, so a little bit over $1 million out in that way. The next one is our beloved SoCo, the 78704 zip code, just south of downtown. Always hot, up 23.81% year over year. I think that trend will probably be continuing for many years to come. Another one to take a look at here is the Domain area. This is just east of the Domain. Up 16.8%. So you can see the average price there about a year ago was just under $300,000. Now they're heading up, getting close to the $330,000, $340,000 range. So the Domain area, the proximity to the Domain downtown is really continuing to drive more people there. We also have the Apple campus, which is going to be opening here in a few years just north of there. That is also driving those numbers. Here's one of the ones that I think is interesting to watch. Southeast Austin, 78747. This is just east of I-35, kind of south of Slaughter Lane, kind of in the Hays County line. So you can see about a year ago, we were looking at average home came in about probably $235,000, $240,000 was the price. Now the average home is selling for about $270,000, $280,000. So we're seeing some really nice steady increases. I think this is going to be a zip code to watch in the future. The worst going to see a lot of a price appreciation in the next 5 years. Another interesting one here is Del Valley. Del Valley's always been an affordable area. You can see about a year ago, homes were selling for around $225,000, $230,000. Now we're getting up into the $250,000, $255,000 range for the average price. Their increase year over year is 5.02%, so still really good, but not as huge as some of the others we've seen. This is another one that's really going to be important to watch. Tesla has just broken ground on their plant, which is in this zip code. So this, I think we will see some serious price appreciation in this zip code and the zip codes up and down the 130 corridor by the airport. Now we're going to touch on the two zip codes that have actually seen a negative year over year. So again, talking about that hyper-local, things do change. Next zip code here is zip code 78701, downtown Austin. They are down 21.79%. This is almost 100% a condo market. Driven by a couple things. One, new condos are coming on the market, so there's a flood of new properties coming on. That's going to kind of help moderate prices there a little bit. But I think it's also the COVID effect, where folks are like, wow, do we really want to buy in a condo building right now, where folks are really tending to head out into the suburbs, single-family homes, those type of things. So I think this one will rebound here in the next year or so. We'll probably see that one start on an incline up here shortly, but interesting to watch. And the lowest zip code here is the UT area, kind of West Campus. They were down 43.29%. So you can see those numbers there, they kind of bounce all over the place. But the interesting thing about UT, I think, is that is a major COVID effect right here. Typically, the UT has a fairly high turnover. It's either investor-driven or parent-driven. So I think this is one that we'll see rebound again, too. This one may take a little bit longer once, UT's back in full session and all the kids are back, which looks like it would probably be 2023, probably something like that would be my guess. So this one's going to be a little bit of a lag. But as prices continue to go down, or if they stabilize a little bit, may not be a bad place to jump in and buy an investment property, because once things get back to normal, we should see some decent appreciation there again. So if there's a property or a zip code or your neighborhood that you're interested in getting a little more information on, give me a call. I'd love to do a little research and get you some info. 512-902-0883. Thanks.